Chicago Electric Power Tools 3-inch angle grinder.
High-speed electric cutoff tool, item 68523. 3-inch capacity. 22,000 RPM, 120 volts, 3/8-inch arbor. So I got this tool from Harbor Freight. Yeah, I've actually used it quite a bit. The bearings making a little bit of noise. So that's kind of annoying, but for the amount that I've used this tool, it's definitely worth the price. But I will say something that has been annoying me for, I don't know, pretty much every single possible use that I've had for this tool since I've purchased it, is this internal circuit breaker. So this button right here, I have pushed 1,000 times probably, because when you're grinding, and if there's anything even, I'm gonna want to say overcurrent, but if there's like anything at all that you're doing that you're putting, like, you're actually affecting, yeah, you're actually cutting the metal, then this circuit breaker pops off like every 10 seconds. And you can see even on this job, I think I've already pushed it like 10 times. So I am going to take this, I can't even get this thing open. I'm going to take the circuit breaker out if it kills me. If I destroy this tool today, I'm okay with that, because I'm never going to push this button again. Alright. The other thing that I'm currently struggling with here is I have some duct tape on this, which is not an approved solution. And I should definitely unplug this over here. My goodness. But the power cord on this is not flexible, or it's not the right material. So let's see if I can even take this thing off. Well, anyway, you get the point. Is that the plastic in here is completely broken here. And over here too, this stress relief. There's a stress relief boot here, which actually worked okay. And then right as we got off the boot, it broke. You know, the plastic on the cord broke. So I was down at the dump, and there were some refrigerators out there, and the refrigerators had some power cords hanging out. So I grabbed a couple of them. This one's flat, this one's round. I'll probably use the round one. I mean, they have funky connectors, but besides that, it's still gonna work fine. Alright. So this is the game here. This plastic outer insulation just completely broke. Three amps. Yeah, that's what it says. This draws 3 amps, and this circuit breaker blows the 3 amps. You know, if I were really interested, I would actually hook up an ammeter to this and actually see what current actually blows at. Good, perfect. Don't forget shrink tube. Twist these dudes together, basically completely bypassing the overload switch, making the chance of overloading the motor, or destroying the motor, or lighting the motor on fire much more likely now, but I don't care. You know what? Safety features are for chumps. Alright. So I got my soldering iron out. I have a really narrow tip on this guy, which is not my favorite, but sometimes lets you get in closer spots, tinier spots. Good, lovely. Put the shrink tube over there, and we'll... Some shrink tube actually works really well with the soldering iron. You can actually heat it with the soldering iron, and sometimes it just melts. So it kind of, you gotta know which ones you can heat with the soldering iron and which ones you just can't. Usually if it's like shiny, that means that you cannot. heat it with a soldering iron to get it to shrink. Now, I wasn't paying a ton of attention when this came apart, and I'm going to have to be careful putting this back together. No, this is it. This is right. Good, good, good. I'm going to put this inside here so it doesn't get crushed. And then around this screw, I'm guessing. You don't want to smash it in there. Good, perfect. All right. So, where does this go? Oh yeah, it comes up underneath this thing here, connects into these two. Oh no, it goes on the bottom here. Oh, but it is screw terminals, so this is something. I don't know if I can. Backside of here, the cable just comes into these two screw terminals. I can probably just take a wire and wrap it under there. I mean, I could crimp on some new fittings. I could solder onto these fittings, but honestly, I don't even think it's necessary. I think this will work fine with the wire just wrapped around there carefully. No, I need this cable to figure out how much wire I need. So it looks like you have to be really careful here when you're taking this apart to not cut the inner conductors, because you really don't want that. Usually if you cut just the very edge, you can fatigue this until it comes off. Oh, this is interesting. This is a 3-wire. This is only a 2. I think I'll just probably peel back the ground, because obviously this tool doesn't need a ground, so I'll just tuck it back like this, I guess. Yeah, it looks like these little red guys are going to fit, so I guess I'll do my civic duty and try to make this a little bit better and just crimp these fittings on here. So this plug here has one bar bigger than the other, right? Which means that it's a polarized plug. I don't think it matters, but in this case, it makes sense to. It was polarized because it wanted one of these to be black and one of these to be white. Actually, no, yeah, it does matter. So I'm just gonna do that. And black was on this side, so I'll just keep it on this side. And white was on this side, so I'll keep it on this side. While I was messing with this, I twisted this enough so that this conductor fatigued off of here.
Oh, okay, so I had a camera fail, but here's what happened. I reconnected the wire to the switch, and I twisted it down and put the trigger back in and screwed everything back together.
It's going great now. You just gotta be really careful that when you hear it bogging down a little bit, which is where it's usually shut off, you definitely don't want to plunge in further. You kind of want to, back off a little bit.
I hope this video helps you out if you're looking at this tool or have a similar issue. Best of luck.